Recently have been asking for more Caesar 3, and I get where you're coming from, but there needs to be some kind of reason. I love the game, but there's no challenge, there's no maps, there's no nothing that really cries out to me saying come back to Caesar 3, Jake. PRoman has a lot of airs floating around, so sneaky sicko. It's kind of clogging up the docks at this rate. Okay, I think at this point I can take whatever I please off of the Mamluks. Well, perhaps not. They're a fierce negotiator, giving a -10 to them wanting peace. I'm gonna have to wail on them a bit more. Interesting. I love the fact that there's actual effects from that. Their personalities. I'll need to really reorganize my troops after this. Release Syria, Jake? I have little reason to. Yeah! You might be onto something there. Syria's a good choice. Can I get these forts off them if I choose Syria? It's very expensive. Maybe I would just go for one Syrian province, the cheapest one I can get. And they're all pretty expensive. And Takita. And then go ham from there. Because then I can get... yeah, I can get a good reconquest going with that. That's good thinking, so it is. But I also want to connect up both the seas here. Go historical, release Egypt. Quite certain Egypt has no cores, sadly. Feche, you were not told there would be cookies here. Don't be daft. The Neapolitan really don't like me, but the Burmese continue to. I abandoned the Burmese long ago. Heavens knows why they're still clinging on to me. I don't cling to them. Okay, the Ottomans are really burning from this. They lost a bunch of land to Austria. They're almost completely divided up here. No ways. You don't often see Ottoman Carpathia on the map. Hungary have seen the biggest resurge. Damn, they are coming back. But the Ottomans don't look so good. Which is just as well because I do intend on taking Crimea from them. Yes, yes, Mamluks, I'm sure you want peace, but I want a piece of you. I'd go into specifics, but let's keep this above board. I often forget about that army I keep back in Burma when I count the number of armies I have. But yes, they are there. Whether I remember them or not, they are there. Finally caught you live, says Noseguard. This was the longest winter break. Go PRoman. Why thank you. PRoman is going. PRoman is going as hard as they can. Let's get that marriage going so we have a slightly better chance of getting at... Okay, that's a consort, thank goodness. Thought we had an heir to the throne. Nice thing about our consort, they're actually Protestant. Wait, hold on. McCain is 15 years old, enjoying his 22-year-old Empress consort. What a go-getter. Why aren't you making the army perma-drill? Because it's perma-drilling its way into all of our enemies. I'm not one for drilling like... well, I'm just not one for drilling full stop. Let's take this dangerous mountainous battle. Because there's no point in cowering away. Perhaps once I slaughter their armies, they'll be a bit more keen on peace. Yeah, not quite. Really not quite. They're making this hard for me. They have a couple more forts to go, and I really don't want to go all the way over to these garbage lands, but I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. Excellent. That's my subject done and done right. I should take care of the other one as well. I mean, I could take care of my own provinces, that would be good, but thanks to our... Oof. No, that's not as good. Oh well. Give it up. You can't win, Mamluk. Oh. Okay, what of my own provinces need to be done, and what contributes heaviest to... yeah, Eadering is quite heavy on the effect on religious unity. Oh well, we'll go with the Catholic ones, they should be nice and easy to do. So are we having our fight or what, Mamluks? Your land is my land. Oh, it pretty much is. Next month should be... No, even now is the peace. Swell! That's a bit too much overextension, but with the releasing Syria, we have everything we need. So I'll just take that, and that should unlock the next bunch of provinces. Any plans to integrate Croatia? That's a good idea, let's do it. Annex vassal, clunk. 680 diplo power. Okay, well, we don't really have that. Don't know why I had to think so hard on that. It'll apparently take until 62, and we won't have dip power for a long while. Oh, jinx, it's going to use all of our dip. That's fine, let's just absorb them, connect our lands together. I've enjoyed seeing Croatia a lot, but they gotta go. Yeah, that was a hell of a spike, wasn't it? Okay, looks good. I'll take it. It's a shame the Mamluks weren't my... Wait, were they my enemy? No, they were not my rival. Great Britain can be, and they will be. And before we do anything that's a mistake, let's release Syria, which may well be a mistake, who knows. Speaking of making mistakes with Syria, let's force them to our religion. Kind of feels like a bad idea. But they do have religious ideas. Yeah, what the hell, what are they going to do, revolt against me? Join the dark side. Also, I'm going to put them on scutage. I'm amassing a few too many subjects at this point. I need to integrate Croatia, but not to lose. Gaul is not on the list until we take Anatolia, Maghreb, and Crimea. However, Tunis to Egypt has been done. Wonder what it did for our name. Ugh. Gave it some kind of dysfunction. I'm sure once Venice and the Knights are off the map, part of that will be fixed. Alright, I got all these armies just floating around with no idea what to do. So let's get them back. Over there. There. And there. Reorganize big time once they're done. And of course get my own cores dealt with. Before I do that, it would be nice to get something resembling some absolutism, so I should go and check if there's anywhere that can still be reduced in autonomy. Looks like pretty much all of this, and I think that's a pretty good idea. Sure, it'll revolt, but I mean, they're Iberians, they're meant to be revolting. Castile did me a solid and culturally unified most of it. So, yeah, there's not even Galician, there's not even Basque outside of here. Damn, Navarra's core is toast. I'd have to have them revolt in Labourd for that. You had 400 dip once, says Algars. Yes, I did. It's dead now. Dip in general is dead for me. Oh well, what a shame. I still need admin, though. Right, with all that done, I grabbed even more absolutism, and it's tempting to have even more, especially if I do this. Nah, mill is very much needed for line infantry and our ideas. We'll settle for this as it is. Anyway, coring time. Where's that core all button? 1.30, can't come fast enough. Alright, very good. I'm never going to annex Croatia at this rate then. Upgrade your dip advisor, that is an option. He is cheaper as well, let's do it. Bulgaria want to marry me, which is quite cute. But I don't want to lose my legitimacy like that. Who's next in the crosshairs? Ah, yes, good point. So since we chalked off Tunis to Egypt, Anatolia, Maghreb, and Crimea. That's Anatolia. What does the game count as Maghreb anyway? That's a lot of Maghreb. Oh well, if it's on my list, it's got to be done. And Crimea. Hang on, Maghreb? Am I sure it's the Maghreb? Am I sure I didn't mean to write Mashriq? Oh well, you know, there are people in chat 10 times nerdier than me when it comes to the Ottoman Empire, the Roman Empire. So you tell me what comes next. Yeah, I wrote Maghreb, but I can't help but feel that I meant to write Mashriq. Oh well, you tell me. But after that comes France, Morocco, then South Germany. Since Morocco's on the list, I find it highly unlikely that Maghreb was meant to be what I wrote there. Hey, you want control of Messina? I don't really care that much. They never really occupied the Mesopotamia for that long, Jake. It doesn't matter how long they held it for. Did they grab it then or not? Meanwhile, I think I'll... Profits of 4 people, is to be expected. Gotta wipe out the Catholics in Iberia, keep this place nice and stable so it doesn't rise up in... Is that even any better? I think it's like 1 bit better than the last guy. Oh well, if this is the best that McCain can chuck out, then so be it. We'll have you as Herr Commissar. Yeah, Anatolia's next, that's the important thing. 1 extra in mill. Yeah. Yeah, I just can't. I demand perfection around here. Now the prestige kind of burns, and it's not like we drink prestige. We do when we win, which is quite nice. I should put a bit of effort into making these guys like me. Oh, what else will I do? I'll get that claim on Venice soon. Again, I need 30 to do it. Do I have another claim on them? Or no, I got an event earlier on that made the cost of getting my claims more expensive. Limited claim fabrication. I laughed at that when I got it, but it almost cost me. Do you need that spy network in auto lands? I'd like it. Yeah, it's nice to be able to throw down claims on them. especially when they're next on the chopping block. Would be nice to have a subject to look after this for me. I suppose Syria could do it. It's all one culture group. Syria could look after a whole bunch of the Turks and Assyrians for me. Any reason you never hover over this? Probably because it takes up the whole screen. Does it in order though, which is quite handy. I'm glad I got those claims on the Ottomans before well, that one claim on the Ottomans before they caught me. Convince Syria's province first since they have a revolt risk there. That they do. That they certainly do. Easter's going... Okay, Easter's almost done. When it is done, we'll do Syria. I also want to organize my army. Jake, can you tell us what ideas you chose? I can show you what ideas I chose. Aristocratic, administrative, diplomatic, quality, quantity. Give me that claim. And I can't declare war on them just yet. We have a truce. Well, I say can't. I don't want to because of that tonking big truce. It's not that I can't. Wonderful. That's also quite wonderful. Only takes 11 months to do them. And that sounds like extra mercantilism for me. Yoink. Alright, nice. A couple of good armies there. Not the best, but they're good enough. And the cores continue on. Nice and fast, thanks to all of our bonuses to coring time. I think I'll keep the fort on Cairo. It blocks a lot of provinces. And it stops people freely moving around here. Same with Alexandria, but I'll probably upgrade both of them. They're not in good positions, but all of this land is fairly nyeh in regards to that. I suppose except for Rosetta, I could move it there. But I'm not sure it's worth it. I'm not convinced it's worth it. Really want line infantry, but let's get... No, line infantry is worth more than any of that. Jake had a great run playing Congo, and then all of Spain wanted my land. No idea why. Any ideas? Well, you're a filthy overseas pagan. And they are glorious Christian. Why would they not? PRoman gets a claim on Chaya. They'll expect it to be conquered. Because I know where Chaya is. Isn't that one of the Azumanga girls? I wonder if I could ask them nicely for it. Let's bring you back and try our luck at it. Sometimes it just pays to be good. I don't really want to spend on coring it, but whatever, I took it. It's mine now. Riveting conquest. Yeah, well, hey, they asked me to do it. They didn't explain how I had to do it. Speaking of which, I wonder if I could do the same to Austria. We don't have a truce going on. You got land that belongs to my subject. One's a claim, one's a core. Well, one has coal, but coal's a while away. Just give me Belawar. That's quite nice. I get my truce with Austria that way. Well, anybody else want to give me some land whilst you're all just bending over for me? Hey, Ottomans, you have some land that could be Syrian, but now we got a truce going on. Oh, it's nice being a bully. I, for some reason, have claims on Morocco, but we got a truce going on. Wow, and we actually have manpower. That's an unfamiliar feeling. Alright, so next up's Anatolia, not Maghreb. Let's just cross out Maghreb and say it's Mashriq. That means I have to take over this and this. Sounds good. Sounds good enough to me. Let's also consult our map for a moment. Yeah, that looks about right. Still, Anatolia has a lot of conquering. I might have to peel the Ottoman like a potato again. And I might need another subject to help me out on that front. Gosh darn Armenia, couldn't you have more cores? A staggering not many of them. It's also kind of bad culture going on here. Ah, there's Ak Kayunlu. They're Turkish cultured. If I grab them... Oh, I do not have a lot of time to grab and spit them out. But they could certainly look after the land for me. Huh. It's an option. Jake, in order, rest of Western Anatolia, rest of Egypt and Syria to connect to the Holy Lands, Gaul, then Maghreb to Morocco, rest of Anatolia, Britain. That sounds a bit too technical for me. Just limit it to EU4 regions and we're good. Right, I still kind of need to respect these cores getting done. Taking that just about put me over the limit there, yikes. Okay, with my subjects largely converted... Oh nice, this is even the right religion for them. I think I'll do these two as well, so I don't have to bother about it when I integrate them. And this, I suppose. I should do Kosovo too, because that intolerance is eating into my delicious gold. So those are devastation, but yeah. It's also not stated. What is this? Maybe Hisin Kaifa could be resurrected. That's an option. They have a bit more in the way of cores than Armenia did. Damn, I even played as Armenia. What a disgrace. That could have been useful a bit before I carved up the Mamluks, but oh well. Who gets carved up next? That's the big question on my eyes, though. I mean, sure, I need to take over Ottoman stuff. I'm integrating you so slowly. I can make further claims in the Mamluks, and trust me, I do want further claims in the Mamluks. We need to link everything together, so let's make claims around here. Can I get my claim on Rhodes yet? I absolutely can. That tells me that they should probably go down. Venice is not a co-belligerent, but that shouldn't be a problem, because I can just take them over anyway. Where's my navy? Very surprising that Rhodes and the Knights never chose to coalition me throughout all this. I could even peacefully subjugate them. I mean, we all know that's not going to happen. I have enough subjects as it is. How do we do this? I'll split you in two. I will have our best siegers put on this. Oh, crivens. Get you both FOB, and on we go. This is a little unfortunate. Get over to Naxos for a moment. Split the navy in half as well. On this side, we wouldn't keep their navies in check, and I don't want their navies running around causing me mischief. So let's just do it this way. We declare war on Knights. I won't bother with Venetian co-belligerency, it's really not an issue. The high costs of my war. Redundant. I even stole their boat. Reminds me of when I stole the Moroccan flagship. This is one of the best songs across all Paradox games, and this is The Byzantine Empire. From Crusader Kings 2, that is. It's what sets PRoman troops apart from all others. Love that event. I should not be getting it as much as I am, but I am. Excellent, there we go. Syria have full religious whatchamacalls it's now. Unity, that's the word. The Ottomans just did something against me, but I didn't pay attention what. The Ottomans have set us as a rival. Well, if I wasn't at war, I would say right back at you. Does Venice still have its inland province? I never even thought about that, but yes, yes they do. And I can't get to it. That's not a big concern. They also have a wee province down here next to Dahomey, and looks like they've also got this. But these other provinces are knout. They're not fortified or anything, and I'm gunning down their capital with all their development. So I'm happy enough to proceed with that. I finished converting my beloved subject. We have a huge bonus to conversion thanks to that event. Conversion's really easy for us right now, which is just wonderful. It'll be a question what I want to state out of all of this. Probably the rich Egyptian heartlands. Alright, who's gonna fall? Probably Venice. I want to get in there with my muckle navy. Roller skater, you're good at fighting. Take him down. You're a bit outnumbered, but that shouldn't be a problem for you. My goal is to pretty much do this. Hopefully roads allow me to do that to them and I don't have to chase down Dahomey. Would kind of blow if I did. There we go, it's all cored up. The only thing not cored should be that province that I took over in Southeast Asia. Jake, lazy missionary, correct. I want high impact Christian lands dealt with. Wow, manpower looks staggeringly awesome right now. Hasn't done so for a long time. Is it worth having a bigger fleet than the fleet combined width? Well, they'll act as reinforcements. It's like having extra infantry when it's beyond your front line. If you expect losses, it's good. And you should always expect a few losses at sea unless you are so much better than the opposition. Unfortunately, they don't like that. They'll see the light soon enough. Yeah. Sowing discontent. Disgusting. So I could go on the rampage against them, or I could just chill out. I mean, they're going to be annexed real soon anyway. You get back in time, that's all fine. Oh, could I separately take Venice's? Yeah, I can. Sweet. Then there's very little reason for me not to do that, except that this doesn't cost me dip. So do I want it rolled up earlier in the cost of 32 dip? I do not, even though the extra money is quite nice. Protect trade in Burma. Get that 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th merchant permanently. It's based on land. Yeah. It's based on your land thingamajigger. Land trade power proportional to the others. Okay, it'll take about 8 months for them to see the light of day on that one. I shouldn't have to fear anything in comeuppance. So I can sit back and enjoy actually having manpower. And I will state up this deliciously wealthy land. Do I want to state you up as well? Sure. And I'll probably accept Egyptian as well when I eventually have something resembling dip points. This isn't bad, but it's... yeah, it's really not bad, but it's not good enough. Wonderful. I'd probably still give this to Croatia if I had the opportunity. Oh, it would be nice if Croatia actually demanded Crane as well. Suss all this out for ourselves. Okay. Working on Madrid. Let's just work on these accursed Iberians. So that they never revolt again. And then I'll get rid of the Portuguese. The history books will ask, where were the Portuguese? And we won't have an answer. We'll just have a bankrupt Ottomans. That's very nice. Okay, who's next on the going to coalition sphere? Morocco, Granada. Not a problem. I don't like the idea this would ever revolt against me, so it's kind of tempting to... There we go. That might stop it from ever happening. Negroponte was Catholic? I guess it was owned by the Venetians prior to Ottoman conquest. Careful giving vassals HRE land, they usually just give it back in my experience, says Indiana. Is this HRE? Yeah, it was added to HRE. Good point. Those demands should be going to the Overlord. They don't, but they should. Maybe someday they will. Huh. He's suddenly not so keen on peace with me. Where did he get this idea that he had a choice in the matter? France occupied by Ashanti. France is a bit of a joke in this one. Oh, well, let's not get too cocky. Out pops the Venetian army. I saw that. If I wasn't demanding Crete, he'd still be upset about it, but I want it all. Name placement is what it's all about. You want to go to Graz? Well, Graz. Excellent, I'm able to get military tech 21. There's no reason for me to rush it right now, unless I really wanted to keep people out of a coalition against me. Ah, nice. Relations all around. Not enough to keep anybody out of a coalition, but it'll do. Oh, that battle made a huge difference there. Okay, I can get what I want here. I don't want anything else. Well, I want it, but I won't be taking it. I could force that over to Hungary. Why would I do that? Is there any reason to do that? No, not that I can think of. Just give me your stupid land. Do I hear a coalition in the oven, please? Please, I'm trying here. Oh, it's a territory. Here I was thinking these were states. Bit of a waste that. Should have, Am I out of states or something? Nope, far from it. I got another 8 that I could divvy out here. Sweet. That name placement is not sweet enough though. It kind of bent out of shape by taking Egypt, which I'm a bit saddened about. Right, next target must be the Ottomans. We need to rip Anatolia to shreds. Thankfully, the cost of the provinces is really low because we have a lot of admin efficiency, a lot of absolutism. It's all coming together for us on that front. And it's growing, which feels pretty good. To that end, and the fact that we're at peace, I should probably consider growing it some more. Squeezing a little extra out of our Egyptian brethren is a nice added bonus to that. Lovely. Now we can also get our rivalry from the Ottomans reignited. And yes, I always have lazy diplomats, we're just going to have to live with that. glad Toulouse like me. They won't. Well, they'll be a bit less keen on peace when I integrate Croatia. Syria will hopefully see the funny side, but it'll take 50 years for all that to fizzle away. It's alright, I'll keep them around for the long haul. The downside is converting all this will be a pain because it's Muslim. However, I'll offset that 2% with the fact that they are Syrian, so it's the same culture. Just have to deal with the fact that they're going to get a bit big. I wonder if I should start the integration of no, I'll never be able to afford it. Well, not anytime soon at least. Okay, Ottoman. 61. I'd rather do it earlier, but I need to utterly crush the Ottomans, and I might do a peel potato technique on them. Because there's no point in me sitting around waiting for them when they're already beaten down and bloody and dead. I'll have Tech 21 against them as well, which is a choking advantage. What culture did you flip to? We're actually Neapolitan. It was the... oh man. I've long forgotten it, but we went through quite a lot at the start of this campaign. Well, I say start. When we had to make our way here, and all we had was a little toehold in Italy. And we wanted to move our capital, change our culture. There was a whole lot we wanted to do. And we had to really work for everything on that front. I really feel like supply limit didn't go up as much as I expected it to. 6 plus 8 is 14 times 400%. Okay. Alright, I'll take it. I'm just not sure if I should. I can't do Crete yet, of course. I want to do the Christian lands first. But what's important is the amount that they contribute towards my religious unity. So actually, Alexandria and the other Egyptians are a good one to go for. Will you keep the fort on Rhodes? There's very little point to keep the fort on Rhodes, so no. It's a shame they're likely to revolt against me. Oh, God. 204 with a weak claim. No thank you. I'll take this improve relations guy instead, for all the good that'll do us. Is it my sound settings, or is Jake a little quieter? I don't think I'm any quieter. The music might be a bit loud, so I could always bump that down a couple. There we go. It's good to keep me on my toes when it comes to the volume levels around here. I have a whole new volume setup thing, a soundboard or physical board or whatever you want to call it, but I haven't set it up yet because I didn't want to do it on the same day I was going to do a stream, and I was muckle tired when I got back from the UK. Right, I didn't like the fort setup here that much. Let's get you up to a fort level 6. And the more I think about it, the more I do want this fortified. I'll tear down the one in Alexandria and have a good one over in Risotto instead. Okay, the coalition grows once again. It includes Morocco. Not a big deal, I'm not going to be fighting Morocco. It does get in the way of me threatening war over provinces, which is a bit of a shame because I quite like the whole being a big bully feel. Oh dear. Well, as long as it's not the Ottomans, I gotta jump on them in 61. Which is 4 years, that's loads of time to get our manpower back. Feels pretty good. Yeah, manpower back in the 6 digits. It's unusual, but it's what we've got. What's your manpower cap at? About 250,000. Which is very welcome. I imagine the force limit's at about 290,000? Yeah, 280,000. Almost enough to support another army. In fact, given the financial situation we're in, I could certainly do that. But I won't. Man, I pay a lot for this army of mine. just keep getting rid of those